This is Friday, February 14th, 2025. Current time is 6:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was just going to go real quick the last bit of potential numbers I had on the Dow Jones futures contract and what has made resistance and support and etc. The last day that I played with this was on February the 3rd, and what I mapped out for potential bottom, even though it didn't show, that was significant on that day. That is the last day that I that I did the math on it, which usually I do it on the 30th is the last day of each month, and I try not to keep playing with it, but February was for anyway, whatever. But that did make perfect support on that day. And the previous levels I had, top of the average daily range, and also the 161.8% level from the previous one didn't match up also. So that's two levels of previous resistance level. You can see it there. That's when I left that one up. And that did make initial resistance, and it barely broke through. It just squeezed some people out, but then it rejected more heavier from there. And then that last level I had mapped off, it came down to exactly the 50% level, which is gravitational point. It never did do that on this day. Many times, it was hovering around that beforehand, but it did do a good spike. Usually what will happen is it will pull back down to that, unless there's some major news catalyst, which obviously there was that day or something. There's something major negative. Then it retraced the entire gap, I guess that's what it did. And then the 50% level, and then it's harder to see on here, but like the 0% level made support again. I think on the 30-minute time frame also, the RSI shows up as being 30 right there. So usually when it's in the 30s or below, then it's technically by many algorithms. It bounced off of that, and then the 161.8% level made exact support again. So actually, yesterday, whenever I woke up, I thought that was very positive that it can, bounce up and continue having more momentum to the upside. Top of the average daily range was up here. You had, but based off the top of the average daily range you had in the bottom one, you had higher expectations to go up than down. You just statistically, if you do the Fibonacci scale or something on here, then you can see where you just have higher probability of it going up. And probably right now it's probably in the direct middle of the two, maybe not. The direct middle is going to be down here at 44,515-ish, give or take. That's heavy rejection so far in the pre-market. It did make it up to the top of the average daily range and rejected, so I was going to go over the SP 500 also, because I noticed it did very similar yesterday or day before or something. I can't remember exactly when the hell it was. The bottom of average daily range on Wednesday, that one made, I think that's Wednesday. Well, stupid thing. On 2/12. That was on Tuesday. Tuesday it made perfect support on the bottom average daily range for the SP 500. Typically when I see that in RSIs, 30 or whatever below 30, then I'm leaning more bullish than bearish. Like even, I'm sure up here, like all this was, potential for reversal. But you also have to wait till we actually get that reversal, till the broader move is over with, and you can start considering actually taking a long position. Like in Monday morning quarterback, all this stuff, and you just see it in the future and you see it again and again and again. Many people, algorithms, what they do is whatever this low is here, whenever it starts Like down here, it shows the Mobius volume waves as being out of a negative way into possible positive way, and you get that first green candle. Then what you use as your stop out or your stop loss area is the previous support where it made the absolute low, and you can do like plus or minus, whatever percentage or whatever you're willing to lose in that. But that's typically what many traders do, is they use that as a gauge. and you didn't see a whole lot more negativity after that.
One or two class with her. Well, last year and the day before.
Hey Lorelai, how about you say something to YouTube? You want to say something? No? Okay. But the other day, the bottom average day range did make perfect support. This one probably wasn't like that. Volume weighted average price on the 30-day, 30-minute time frame. I mean, it might be. It probably wasn't. But in hindsight, it typically looks like that for some reason. For the SP 500 this morning so far, it is making support right there. Again, like it's in a downward move right now. I thought the other day, since that made perfect support, then the top would make perfect resistance, but it didn't. Probably right through. Let's see here at 1 o'clock yesterday, it appeared like it might try to reject, but that wasn't enough. Yeah, that wasn't enough volume to. Well, I don't know. It kind of no. All in hindsight, it shows that it wasn't going to possibly reject, or didn't have like super huge signs of rejection. It was trying to. There was profit taking in there, and that's all it was. It wasn't an actual reversal on the move. That's one of the hardest things, though, to know when like a major reversal is going to happen versus just profit taking. So basically, whenever I see a move being made, a reversal in either direction, the shorts are going to take profit here. The longs typically take profit here. And just depending on how much profit they take and how much, how many other items gain on to that move is the biggest part of it. And that's when you read buy versus sell volume, etc., etc. Let's see here. I think that's all I was wanting to go over. I thought BTI was interesting yesterday too. They announced a $900 million buyback. Earnings came out. The earnings was positive. I think it's like their outlook for this past quarter, whatever, is like plus 1.25%. In sales and revenue, and their overseas sales are expected to continue to climb on the 30-day, 30-minute time frame. The volume weighted average price is what made pretty much perfect support, and it probably wasn't here yesterday. It's probably close to this, but not exactly here. If I was actually playing that, oh my. Holy Toledo. Like, that could have made a massive move. It didn't make even as much as it should have. Well, it came down to the volume weighted average price, so that's totally typical. That's normal. And that was a gravitational point, so it did what it is supposed to do. I ought to make a video just on BTI, because it did precisely what it should have done. I'll have to make a private video, send this to my friends. Alright. Anyway, that's all I got. It was interesting what the Dow Jones did. It's going based off the numbers from the end of January, basically, or the math that many algorithms had. So that's also notable. It's noteworthy. I mean, here it is, like the middle of February, basically, and it's going off, the numbers from January still. So it's all a learning game, and hopefully some of this documentation will be of benefit. Hope you're happy, healthy. Well, goodbye.